Hi everyone. Are you all able to see me and hear me?
Hi,
Hello
Gargi.
Arvind sir. Birthday
I'm
Gargi. Thank
happy
you so
birthday.
much. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Amazing. So are all of you able to hear me? See me and hear me? If yes, then just write yes in the chat box.
Yes, Gargi, we can hear you and your happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Great. So first of all, seeing all of you after a long time, just pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back and do show up on the cameras, because you know what, it takes courage to show up. And if you are here, thank you so much. So are we all ready to start? If yes, then just write yes in the chat box. I hope I am audible, right? Yes. Amazing. Great. So are you all ready to learn the lessons, the 17 lessons? But
Yes.
before that, I just wanted to ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your energy level right now?
10.
10 on 10. Rest of you, what's your energy level?
10 on 10.
10 on 10. Anyone below 10? Just write me if you are below 10, or if all of you are 10 on 10, then we will dance at the end. Done? Okay, great. So, starting with the first lesson, as I'm turning 17 today, the first lesson which I want to share with you is, no one needs to define your self worth, it's you who decides it. How many of you would agree? Sometimes what happens is we give someone else the power to decide what we like. Sometimes what happens is, when we are close to someone, we start seeing ourselves from their eyes. And if someone says you are bad, and if you are really close with them, you start seeing yourself with their eyes. How many of you would agree? Yes. Any experience you have had such kind of that you started seeing yourself with someone else's eyes? Yes. Awesome. This was one of the, biggest lessons 2023 taught me, that it's never about them. It's you who need to explain who you are. Yes. Super. If you are whenever it's a bulb on for you, or if you have got the lesson, just write bulb on in the chat box, or bo in the chat box. Can't switch on the camera, no problem. And welcome to everyone who is joining, the new faces in the room. So the first lesson is done. Now the second lesson which I learned from my life is that you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Right now, I just said, you have to explain your self-worth to only yourself. If someone does not understand you, try try to make them understand. But if they are not paying attention to any of your efforts, just know that maybe both of your paths are different. Done? Able to understand? Anybody would like to share any experience where, sometimes maybe you have had such a kind of experience where you started seeing yourself and you started explaining about who you are? Or if you don't want to share, every lesson has a story, right? In your notebooks, I want you to write down what was that experience in your life where you had this experience, that you started explaining it to everyone, that this is who I am, this is who I am. So just take 2 minutes to write it down. Two hands are raised, Yalini and Giri. So do you want to say something?
Yes,
Yes,
Gargi, as you asked me, it is true. Like, I have been in situations where sometimes I explain to make the other person understand what we truly meant or, intend to. But sometimes what happens is they don't understand us, and instead of understanding, they misunderstand us more. So I figured it out that it is better to keep things on a surface level, and as time comes by, they will eventually understand.
Agree with you. Can we all give her a huge round of applause? Thank you so much for sharing it.
And
Amazing. Okay, before I move on to Giri sir, I just wanted to tell I can only see two faces on my screen. Rest of you, if you can turn on your cameras, do show up. Awesome. Yes, Giri sir.
yeah, am I in camera?
No, we can't see you.
But I don't know, the camera is not popping up.
Okay.
Okay, just anyway, the first thing is wish you many, many happy returns of the day, Gargi.
Thank you so
Really,
much.
really, that teenage never came to anybody. But anyway, we have to be in the age is a number. I
Hmm.
believe on this thing. One thing is as you told 17 learning something you told it because you are comparing your age. Anyway, the first one I lately joined, but first one I missed. Can you please repeat the first one?
Okay. Yes, I'll just repeat the first lesson that no
Mm.
one needs to define your self worth. It's you who decides it.
First one, please.
Yes, no one needs to define your self worth. It's
Mm.
you who needs to decide it for yourself.
Oh, awesome. Second one.
And the second lesson which I told was that you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Just believe in yourself. Just know this is who I am and just carry forward that legacy.
Yeah, that I can understand. One thing is initially we are doing like this, then we are subconsciously going that we want to believe the people what we
Yes.
are.
Yes.
Thank you, Gary. Gary.
Amazing. Great. So let's give him a huge round of applause. Thank you so much to both of you for sharing. Now
Thank.
comes the third lesson. Anything is possible if you set your mind to it. Anything. You know, I will share a lesson with you or an experience. Sometimes what we feel is we can't do something or maybe ये possible ही नहीं है. But when you see someone else doing it, वो अचानक से possible हो जाता है. Yes, and most of the times you know what happens is हमारे ideas वो idea जो मेरे पास है you too have the same idea I too have the same idea but it's just about taking action over it. Would you agree? Let's say Farvin sir has an idea and he takes an action, and when I see him taking action I feel the same idea came to me and he's actually doing it. How many of you have that experience कि आपको भी same idea आया लेकिन whenever someone else did it, you were like, oh my god, I wish I was the first person to take it. Yes. So whenever something comes up, don't overthink on it. अगर वो आपके लिए आपको उसके लिए passion है, you have the passion for it, it will take a lot of time. Nothing happens overnight. Success doesn't come in overnight. It will take a lot of time, effort, energy, your own investments in you, but it will happen. All you need to do is the fourth lesson, which is your why. If your why is not strong, your goal is not strong. Life happens to all of us. Life happens with me also. Life happens with you also. If it's okay to take rest, it's okay to pause and slow down, but it's never okay to not come back again. Yes? Are you all able to understand? So, your why is what will hold you. And right now, I want you to write down at least 6 reasons or at least 5 reasons why you do what you do, or why do you want to achieve that dream life. Any 5 or 6 reasons which are your biggest, strongest reasons. Whenever you are done, just let me know. Whenever done, just write DDD in the chat box, which means done, done. Okay, 2 people have done great. Five reasons of your why. Like basically, what inspires you? Why do you do what you do? Yes. And every single day, can I give you a challenge? Every single day, find time to either read them aloud in your room or to write them on a daily basis. Either write these why on these 5 or 6 reasons on a daily basis, or just read them aloud whenever you feel you can. Anyone would like to take upon, like, why am I telling you to write it on a daily basis? Or maybe remind yourself on a daily.
Because it goes, yeah, because it goes to your subconscious mind if you do it regularly.
Yes, amazing. Anybody else would like to share?
Similarly, when you write it, again it goes into your mind, it becomes stronger and stronger. These are my whys, and it's
Yes,
like it serves as a motivation to take action.
amazing, superb. Do you know the story of Walt Disney?
I
Some
I think I think you can say it, Gargi.
Yes. Awesome. See, Walt Disney, what he used to do, every single day in his mind, He used to visualize that this is what Disneyland would look like. This is how the rides would be going. This is how children will enjoy. Not only children, this is how the adults will have fun in that. When Disneyland actually became a reality, Walt Disney was no more. And in his interview with the niece, like basically when his niece was interviewed, the interviewer asked his niece, Walt Disney's niece, that today is a very great day, that whatever Disney wanted, he had actually made his dream true. But at the same time, it's also emotional that the man is not with us anymore. And his niece, you know what he replied? He said, "Don't worry. He has already lived, enjoyed every single moment, and he has watched every one of us." How? Here. If your mind's eye can see that goal, reality can see it. ज़्यादातर where we are stuck, not on clarity. आपको clarity मिल जाएगी when you start taking those first steps. But ज़्यादातर लोग कहाँ पर they get stuck? Procrastination. It's always that first step. आपको let's say, if suppose I want to become, like when I started as a life coach, my first video was the toughest video to make because I had to come on camera, which was very uncomfortable for me. I hope all the coaches here in the room can resonate. Your first video, your first one-on-one call, your first group session, it was the most hardest to do. Your first poster on Canva, hardest to do. But every single day when you started doing it, it became easy. Today also making videos is not easy because sometimes even if we are a pro at making videos, what happens is, कौन बनाएगा रोज रोज? Yes, we all get these feelings. I too get. But the only thing which every single day makes me consistent is my why, the activity which I have told you to do. Every single day, it doesn't matter whether in morning, whether in afternoon, whether in evening. Whenever you have at least 10 minutes, just write down your why. And why I believe in the power of writing rather than speaking is because when you write, you actually feel those emotions. And for me, what works the best is, are you able to hear any music also with my voice? Acha, maybe I have like not shared it on a loud voice, but every single day whenever I write my why, I hear I make sure that I have a music in the background, a kind of simple piano or a meditation music, because it helps you to connect. Just a minute, let me. Now, can you hear it? So, this is how I like to write my why. Whenever I write it, I make sure there is some music behind it, not a dance music, but a music which can help me to focus and feel every emotion which I am writing. Done? Able to understand? So how many of you are willing to take this 21 days challenge to write your why on a daily basis? Done? Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much Vijaya ma'am, for sharing it. Awesome. The next lesson which I want to share with you is, how many of you have made some choices in your life which did not resonate in the longer run? You made it, and then after a long time you realized, I don't think this is for me. Yes? Or how many of you have made wrong choices? Yes, we all have done it. But at the end of the day, when you realized that this is not something for you, did you change it? Just say yes if you did, or just, show me a thumbs up if you did change it. A lot of us, what we do is we make choices, we realize it that this is not something for us, but we don't have the courage. We don't have the courage to, tell people that this is not something for me. Yes, okay. I think there is one question. Yes, Yalini ma'am.
Hi, Gagi. I have a question related to this. So even I have done certain I won't say mistakes, but I have taken some choices uh, which were not aligned to my goal, or resonated with me in the long run. So sometimes, when I have this problem, like when someone does something, I'll be very lenient, or I'll tell them that it's fine, everybody does mistake like that. But when it comes to me, I'll be very hard on myself, like how can you do that, how did you do that, like I'll be very hard on myself. So I regret it, and I'll be filled with guilt and all. So even if it is the smallest thing, so how should I overcome this, or what should I do in such situation?
Amazing. First of all, thank you for bringing up this point. I think let's do an activity here. Are you all ready for this activity?
Yes.
Okay, so take 5 minutes right now, and I want you to write down every pain you had, right? Every pain, every regret, every bad choice you made. You can do this activity after this session also, but right now, in these 5 minutes, jahan tak you can write it down. At least have 5 to 10 things written on your notebooks. And when you write it, I want you to explain it in a little detail. This is what I did, this is the choice I made, and then explain it where, when, how. Yes, the question is that you need to write down at least 5 to 10 pain of yours that you have experienced in life, or anything that you, whenever you look back, you still have negative emotions towards that. Even if you are writing one, write it in detail. Whenever done, just write DDD in the chat box. Write less but explain it more. Like even if I'm telling you to write down 10 instances, because of short of time, we can write it, like 1 or 2 or 3, and then I'll tell you the next step. But whatever you write, go in every detail. Whatever hurted you or whatever hurts you, maybe still. Done? Awesome. Now the next step is, how are you feeling first of all right now? While you wrote and while you got back into your painful side again, what is the emotion you are feeling? If you have healed from it, maybe it is no emotion for you. But if someone is feeling negative, I want you to feel it, because the next question will help you to see that pain in a different perspective. Anybody feeling negative while re-looking at your pain, regret, sadness, guilt? Okay. Now the next question I want you to ask yourself is, what's great about this? If that thing in your life didn't happen, what would be the consequences? Like if suppose I would not have been into depression, I wouldn't be speaking to all of you. I wouldn't be a life coach. I would be just like another teenager. Whatever instance you wrote, I want you to write down what's great about this. For this, I'll share my personal experience of 2023. In between, I stopped everything and I started preparing for an entrance exam of law. And like when I was doing it, initially I thought, this is for me, this is something I can do. But over the preparation days, I realized that this is not something I dreamt of. Always my vision was to, do psychology, to pursue life coaching, and I went into a total different pathway. Was it easy for me? No, not at all. It was not easy for me. It was my own choice when I took that, preparation. But over the days, over the months of doing it, I started realizing that I didn't feel connected towards it just the way I feel connected to my goal of life coach, psychology, and everything else. And when I realized it, I took the step forward to tell it to my parents, to share it, so that I stop it and I get back on my coaching again. This was one of the biggest, like sometimes I used to call it a regret, that why did I take it up? Why did I stop? But when I asked myself this question, what's great about this? I learned even more. I realized the value of my own work even more. When I got back to my coaching after after I stopped preparing for that entrance exam, I felt this work more deeply. That now the game is no more about me. Now the game is about transformation, revelation in other people's lives. What's great about this instance, after I realized it, every single day I started putting more and more efforts to get back on track, to let people know that, I am back, to hold hands of everybody in my community. What did it taught me, or what did it teach me? What's great about this? One of the biggest things after I made this decision, TEDx happened. TEDx, Midas talks. I got the FBR award. So you tell me, will I focus on the bad choice, or will I focus on what it taught me? First or second, what it teach me, the second choice, and the first thing is, I will still regret it. Second, right? If you all agree with second, just write second in the chat box. So if that didn't happen in my life, I wouldn't be able to call myself a TEDx speaker. I wouldn't be able to realize the value of life coaching once again, even more deeply. I wouldn't, if I didn't had a strong why, I would still be pursuing some different path in my life. But because my why was strong, I redirected myself in that way. Yes. So in your life, whatever instance you wrote just now, I want you to, ask yourself, if this didn't happen, what would be its consequence? What did I learn from this? What this instance changed in me? If it did not happen, I would not have transformed. Absolutely. Now write it in a more detail. Where have you seen these transformations in every area of your life? Who have you become because of that pain? If that did not happen, I would not try harder and I would not chase my dreams so passionately for myself and for the world. Only these bad things made me realize what I truly want and what I truly deserve. These are the better things that made me a better version. Yes. Go more deep. Where did you felt this transformation? What changed in your life? It changed my entire perspective to see life and my mindset towards something unique. Yes. Now go a little more deep. What perspective do you see your life now? And if suppose that did not happen with you, who would you be? Maybe one of the things you can tell yourself is, if that pain was not there, you would never have started your personal development journey. My personal development started When I started finding ways to come out of my own depression and mental health issues. Your healing starts the moment you decide that enough is enough. Now, change needs to happen. Take 2 minutes more and then we will get back. By the way, please let me know the count. This was the 4th or 5th lesson. Fourth. Okay, great. Just take 1 more minute, and after the session is over, whenever you get time, do this activity with every regret you have in life, or maybe with every pain that still gives you the same feelings when you look back. So for how many of you this activity was a bulb on? You know, seeing life through a positive perspective is not easy. And I will never tell you to have a positive mindset. Always. Always you cannot think positive. It's not humanly possible to always think positive about everything which happens in a negative way to you. Right? But as you evolve, you start realizing, I am glad it happened with me. Yes, these are golden nuggets. Yes, I will. Awesome. Now the 5th lesson which I want to share with you is for all the coaches and trainers. The best coach is the one who is able to keep their community together. You know, in my personal experience, I have realized the hardest part about being a coach is keeping everyone together. How many of you would agree? You know, making videos is not easy, I will say. But yes, if we compare it to everything about being a coach, the hardest part is, and the hardest but the most beautiful part of coaching is keeping everyone together in your room. Yes, today, even if you don't know each other, and if I just go away, you will start talking. Yes, or in maybe in your other mentor's room, you would have realized this. Whenever they send you in the breakout rooms, even if you don't know the other person, you still are able to connect. Yes, why? Because it's the like-minded energy of the room. And remember, change in your life will only happen when you have a community of like-minded ones. Change can never happen if you are surrounding yourself with negative, with judgmental people. Yes, able to understand? Super. Now, okay, just yes. The next lesson which I want to share with you is, even if I am all by myself, I know I can conquer the whole world. Even if I am all by myself, I know I can conquer the whole world. What does this mean for you? First of all, I want to ask you, what does this mean? I am a powerhouse. Yes.
Can I share, Gargi?
Yes, sure.
So first, lot of zoot zoot, blessings, happy birthday.
Thank you so
And
much.
for me, I will tell you this related to this. I was always thinking, I don't know Canva. I can't make poster. How will I attract people to my workshop? But now I just started reframing what is my power.
Hmm.
What are the skills I have to put out my work into the world?
Yes. Amazing. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Thank you for sharing.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else who would like to share your definition of what does this mean? That even if I'm all by myself, I can conquer the whole world. You know, support is something we all need. But can I ask you a very simple question? In the beginning, when we start, do we get that support? We get it, but in the beginning, people somewhere misunderstand us. How many of you would agree? Sometimes people misunderstand our dreams. Sometimes people don't believe in us. Yes, how many of you would agree? But in the beginning, all you need to do is just have a complete belief in your own self that if this is for me and if this is what I have decided for my life, अब तो होके ही रहेगा. Yes, it will take time. Let it take time. Sometimes the next thing which I want to share with you is, whenever we don't get the next lesson, whenever we don't get things at our own particular time, remember God wants to give you something better. This or something better. One of the things which Pooja ma'am always says, this or something better. And this is the concept of divine delay. अगर मुझे वो चीज आज नहीं मिलेगी, no problem. Don't get disappointed in your life. आज नहीं होगा, इस साल नहीं होगा, इस month नहीं होगा, कभी तो होगा. Yes. Are you all able to understand? But for this day to come in your life, the only two things you need to have in yourself is commitment and consistency. 3 C's actually: commitment, consistency, courage. If you have decided it, be on it. That's commitment. Courage. It will ask you to take a lot of risks in your life. Risk it means basically you need to come outside your comfort zone. And consistency, every single day, 5 or 4 actions which will help you to get closer. Jack Canfield has this rule of 5. Just 5 action steps on a daily basis which will help you to move forward towards your goal. Just 5. It can be as simple as doing your morning routine. It can be as simple as reading a book. It can be as medium as learning about technology. Yes. So are you all able to understand? Are you all enjoying? Are you all learning something? Superb. The next lesson which I want to share with you, this is something which I believe in a lot, and my life over the last 2 years has been revolving over this only statement: अगर तुम किसी चीज को पूरे दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात तुम्हें उसको मिलाने में लग जाती है. If you want something with a true intention, it will happen. Yes, and my life in the last 2 years has been revolving into this statement only. Whatever I have desired or whatever I have wrote, most of the things have come true. How? Was it only believing? No. It's not only about believing. It's about filling the bridge between your dream and your reality, which is action. And it's okay if you are a tortoise. You know the story of rabbit and tortoise? Yes, slow and steady wins the race. It's not always the people who are taking the quick action steps that they are always going to succeed. No. Sometimes you can be a rabbit, sometimes you can be a tortoise. And I am both. Sometimes I'm into an energy of a rabbit, and the next day I get into the energy of a tortoise. The only thing which matters is every single day, am I improving 1%? Only 1%. 100%, no one is expecting. Just 1% improvement on a daily basis, 365 days may you have totally changed your life. How many of you would agree with this? That 1% concept is also, great. And this is something which I have learned from the videos of Tony Robbins. That only 1% improvement can also change your life by the end of the year. Done? Able to understand? Yes, agree. 1 part learn, 4th part action. Yes, 4-part action. The next lesson which I want to share with you is show up as if 100 million people are waiting to see you. Right now in the room we have 21 people. 21 January, 21 people. Great. Okay, so 21 people are in the room, but for me, you 21 are not 21. You are like 21 millions. I'm speaking from an energy as if there are millions of people in the room. Yes, able to understand? When you start as a coach, or when anybody starts as a coach, the one thing you always say is, who will listen to me? Who is waiting to see me? Yes. How many of you have ever said it to yourself? There are so many established people in the room or in the whole world. Why is someone going to come to me? How many people are there in the world? In billions, right? So, do you think you also have a room to speak to millions of people? No matter how many established people are here in the world, you still have the room to speak to a lot of people. I cannot reach to everyone. I cannot reach to all the 9 billion people. You cannot reach to all 9 billion people. But I can reach to you. I can reach to some amount of group, some amount of people, and you can reach to some amount of people. And this is how the ripple effect goes, carrying forward the legacy. Now, how many of you have a little confidence is you? Okay, I can also show up like, as if I'm speaking to millions of people. Me. Amazing, great. The next thing which I want to share with you is, a lot of people say is don't quit. But over the last year, what I've realized is just a little tweak into the statement. Don't quit, but you should know when to quit. Don't quit, but you should know in your life when you need to quit. And here I'm taking the perspective of people. Whenever you feel something is not working out in your life, And if you are not connected with it, if you are not aligned to it, stop doing it. You need to understand which are the things you need to stop and which are the things that you need to start. Everybody asks you that, who do you need to become in your life? But no one actually asks, who do I need to unbecome? What do I need to stop doing? It's not always about starting and following new habits, but it's also about asking yourself, what do I need to stop doing? Who do I need to unbecome? Maybe laziness, procrastination, the resistances, self-doubt. It will keep coming. It comes to me also. But I know that, my dream or my why is much, much bigger than this resistance which is dancing. Your resistance loves when you are in your comfort zone. उसका तो गोल ही है आपको कंफर्ट में रखना. But you need to challenge your own resistance because you are not your resistance. Which brings me to my next lesson. You are your own limitation. जो भी हम चीजें सोचते हैं वो ज्यादातर आप खुद ही सोचते हो. A lot of us, it's conditioned from the day humans started evolving on this earth. We are made or conditioned to live in survival mode. And for them, when humans started to come on this earth, for them, they didn't have a home, they didn't have any shelter, they didn't have a place to live. And for them at that point of time, survival was danger for them was running away from wild animals, protecting themselves from the bad weather because they used to live in jungles. And from then on till today, it's the same survival mode which is playing in our lives. Today, being in your comfort zone, what is your comfort? Only the perspectives or things have changed. For you, danger is you're stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something outside your comfort zone. And it can be anything which scares you. But the next lesson I want to share with you is the things which scare you are the sign that you need to walk on them. Whatever scares you is your sign to walk on it. When you think of that bigger vision in your life, and if it's really big, पॉसिबिलिटीज आपको कम दिखेंगी, लिमिटेशंस आपको ज्यादा दिखेंगी. बट दैट्स अ कॉलिंग that this is something which I am made for. And believe me, the moment you decide to put aside everything which stops you and you stop being your own limitation, life will turn 365 for you. The moment you decide to step aside or to put aside all your limitations and you yourself stop being your own limitation, your life will turn. You know, over the last few months, I was still on break because I was not feeling. A lot of things happened with me, and I thought that maybe I'm not, feeling very positive, or I'm not into an energy where I can show up and inspire people. And that's why I think from September or October to January, I was off again because life happened with me. But few days back, something got stuck with me, and I asked myself, Gargi, is this why you actually started? Is this why you started, so you need to stop? And I wrote my why. The 6 biggest reasons of doing this work. And that's why I wrote a blog. I started posting back again on Reels. So it's always, whenever you lose the track, just remind yourself why you do this. How many of you would agree? The next lesson which I want to share with you is, if your presence doesn't make an impact, your difference will not make an impact too. You need to design your presence just the way you are designing your life. Design your existence. Designing your existence doesn't mean कि लोगों को लगना चाहिए you matter. It's you who should feel I matter. My existence matters. How many of you have gone through those feelings in your life where you felt कि मेरा होना ना होना लोगों के लिए सेम ही है? Yes, I felt it a lot. But then every single day working on myself, every single day working on my self-esteem made me realize that I matter. And dheere dheere, when your presence will start mattering to you, it will start to matter for other people also. अगर आप अपने आप को रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करते, अगर आप अपने आप से प्यार नहीं करते, अगर आप अपने आप पर बहुत हार्ड हो, you will like I will tell you the truth, whatever behavior you do with yourself, the same behavior you get. You need to teach people about the rules in your life. Earlier, if someone used to disrespect me, I used to keep them in my life. ठीक है, चलता है. क्योंकि उस समय I disrespected myself, so I used to get the same treatment from other people. But last year, a lot of things happened. That, I lost some of my closest friends again. And all this made me realize that my existence never mattered for anyone. And after it, I realized that it was not that they are doing it with me. I was being rude to my own self. I lost the coach in me. I started being the victim of my life. Again the same pattern repeated. But I realized it and I changed it. And I'm gradually taking steps to come back again. How many of you would agree? Yes? So whenever you get this feeling, मेरा होना ना होना लोगों के लिए same चीज है, just know वो आपको पहले अपने से start करना है. If you don't respect and love yourself, people will never do. But if you start respecting yourself, you will start getting respect from other people. Done? Super. So was this lesson a bulb on for you? Because while I am speaking, I am just controlling my emotions. Awesome. Great. Just let me know the count. What amount of lessons I have shared? 13. Okay. I will tell you, I wrote something else and I'm speaking something else. So it's like whatever is coming, I'm just connecting it to every lesson which is coming from the heart. The next lesson which I want to share with you is, the next lesson which I want to share with you is taking rest is important. Give yourself the space to think out of the box. And at the end, I would request any one of you who has written all your lessons, please share with all of us here in the group, because I don't remember what I said. Thank you so much. The next lesson, this one, 14th lesson which I want to share with you is taking rest is important. I will tell you a difference which I observed in me. Earlier, when I used to work 24/7, because I'm still in school, although my farewell is done, but my exams are still there, right? So being a school student and also being a life coach at the same time, managing everything is the most hardest part. So every single day earlier I used to work 24/7. No rest was there. But dheere dheere when I started facing those challenges again in 2023, I shut down everything. मैंने सब बंद कर दिया. And I went on whole self reflection. What's going on in my life? Is my mind controlling me, or am I not knowing that what's going on? Right? But when I started taking rest, when I started taking a space and time for myself, a lot of ideas started finding ways to speak to me. A lot of ideas which scare me even today. But as I said, what scares you the most is your calling towards it. Yes. So allow yourself to take a day off. Don't shut down everything. Allow yourself to take one day break. If not one day, every single day, at least 1 hour for yourself. At least 1 hour. If not 1 hour, 30 minutes. इससे कम नहीं. Done? And Vikas sir, who is here also, I have seen him that he shared once in a video in the group that from 4 to 8, he has his morning routine. 4 hours of self reflection, 4 hours of preparing for the day. How many of you have the same? Like, if not 4 hours, 1 hour, or if not 1 hour, 30 minutes. Anybody who does not follow anything? Yes, don't worry. I will ask Arvind sir to share at the end, because I think he has written every point. Awesome. So are you all able to understand? I hope nobody is feeling boring. Yes? Okay. 2 hands are raised. Giri sir, do you want to say something? Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Hello.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yeah, actually, at the time you asked some question actually before 10 15 minutes. Actually, what is your something you asked like that? What is the one thing you will be going to do like that? Some question you asked. Am I correct?
I think I did ask. I am not able to recall.
Okay, no issue. The Daripriya ma'am, I think she answered how to do the training like that. She spoke like that. My life also started with the water treatment business.
Hmm.
Then when I am talking about water something, the people call me as waterman. Now I become water specialist. The finally now I am called as a water doctor.
Hmm.
But in 2023 last year, I changed my. I am elevating myself as a five element guru, because water is not only the single element. There is energy, there is space, land and air. Every element has to be connected. I am connecting with these five element in our body and the universe. So finally, what I want to communicate to the people is prevention is better than cure 80%. 20% always they expect the unexpected. Every drop counts. Be water conscious. Uh, Recharge water. Save water. Recharge water. Be water positive. And one thing I want to do one thing is from my comfort zone is to start YouTube, because as you told, the first video, first thing is always the first step is always big step. So that has been here. I declare triple D's: decide, declare, and deliver like that. Definitely within 1 week or 10 days, I can do this video YouTube channel. Whether you people are known, the Tamil word is "நீரின்றி அமையாது உலகு." Without water, the world cannot exist. So that is a single topic I have selected. "நீரின்றி அமையாது உலகு" as my YouTube channel, and you can get anything, energy. Every house should have rainwater harvesting structure, solar panel, renewable energy, bioseptic tank for recycling the water, and roof garden for vegetables, and then finally the greenhouse concept. Thank you all. Thank you.
Amazing. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Thank you for sharing. Awesome.
Thank you, Gargi and team.
Great. Yes, Vijaya ma'am. Great to see you. You are on mute.
Yeah,
Yes.
can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I want to wish you an awesome birthday, and you're such a
Thank you
blessing.
so much.
You know, whenever I hear you, I feel so inspired just to look at the amount of effort you're putting in. You're always keeping it, you're not letting it go. You're so wonderful. Just looking at you, I'm inspired.
Thank you
And
so
I just,
much.
every time if I know that you're having a live session, I just never want to miss it. So I just want to say that you give me a lot of, encouragement. Just to see you gives me a lot of encouragement. What you say is a superb. I mean, it's just beyond words. But just to see you, I'm inspired.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Yeah, and this morning I was little low, and after listening to your session, I'm again inspired to not give up. So I
Awesome.
just wanted to tell you that many times we get discouraged.
Yes.
So you really inspired me.
Thank you so much. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Amazing. So, are you all enjoying the session? Yes. Awesome. Now, the next lesson that I want to share with you is that your pain is your pathway to the promise you have come to fulfill on this earth. This became my most important message from 2023, that my pain is my pathway to the promise I have come to fulfill on this earth. जनरली हर एक हीरो या हीरोइन की स्टोरी में यही होता है. यू स्टार्ट योर लाइफ, सब चीजें अच्छी चल रही है, In between something happens. बाद में when you realize it, you get into the energy of a coach that I suffered from this and I don't want anybody else to suffer from the same thing. And then you start again, then something happens, then you turn it into your story and you inspire the world. Mostly this is what I have seen from every person's story, that her cheese is the same, only the paths are different to realize it. कोई बहुत जल्दी realize कर जाता है, किसी को बहुत time लगता है, कोई medium होता है. So it's all about whenever you realize it, your hero's journey starts. Yes. So whenever you have a pain, I'm really glad that like a lot of people used to tell me that they suppress their emotions. But over the years of, like being with them, staying in touch with them, the one thing I receive from them is, thank you for letting me realize that I'm not suppressing my pain anymore. I am feeling it. This was my biggest win as a friend. To another very close friend, I made him understand, I gave him a challenge that someday something will happen to you which will help you to realize that you are not the winner in this game. I am the winner. That means somewhere something in your life someday will happen which will help you to understand that you don't need to suppress your emotion. And few days back I got the message that you were right. So that is one of my biggest win in the last few days, because a lot of us, we suppress our emotions. But I want you to feel your emotions. The same thing used to happen with me in past also. I used to try being positive, but inside I knew I was completely shattered. Right? So you need to, you don't need to suppress anything. If you want to cry, cry out loud. If you are angry, feel that anger. Whatever emotion you feel it in a deeper way. The more deep you are going in your emotions, the better it is. The only rule is, you don't have to give your emotions the power to control you. But जो भी feel हो रहा है आप उसको feel करने दो. Because I believe in healing. I believe in this, that the more you feel it, the more you will heal from it. What I told you to do just right now in last few minutes, when I asked you to, ask yourself what's great about this, what's great about this pain. There's actually a whole exercise you need to do to get over and over through this pain, to feel it again and again, and then you realize it happened for my own goodness. It happened so that I could become this. Are you all able to understand? Yes. The next lesson which I want to share with you is, failure is a part of your journey. A lot of us, even with me last year, a lot of things happened, and all these lessons I am sharing from 2023 only, because on my 16th birthday last year I already shared the lessons before whatever happened with me. So I am sharing these lessons in view of what I experienced in 2023. Failure is a part of your journey. If you fail, it's totally fine. But it's never okay that you stop. Done? Able to understand? I think this is the last lesson, 17th, which I am going to share right now. Yes. The last lesson which I want to share with you is, don't take everything seriously and have fun. Give yourself the time to be happy. It's your choice to be happy. कोई किसी की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है हमें खुश रखने की, हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है हमें खुश रखने की. How many of you would agree? Your parents are not responsible for your happiness. Your spouse is not responsible. Your friends are not responsible. Your whatever workplace you are working at, they are not responsible. It's you who are responsible. And do this with me. Point it out on the screen. I'll tell you how you are responsible. Only one finger is facing the camera. Rest fingers, where are they? पीछे देखो. Yes. So only one finger is pointing out. The rest are on you. That means don't focus on other people. Don't blame other people. Get back to yourself. The more you understand yourself from your inner world, the better outer world you are going to create. क्योंकि जो अंदर चल रहा है वही बाहर ही हो रहा है. अगर मैं अंदर आज खुश नहीं हूँ तो बाहर भी मेरे को खुशी नहीं मिल सकती. अगर मैं अंदर से खुश हूँ तो बाहर से चाहे कितनी कोई भी सिचुएशन आए, I know how to handle it. And that's where my confidence comes from. Done? How many of you loved the session? Just do this or just,
Happy birthday, Gargi. Sorry for late.
Thank you so much, Riddhi. Awesome. So, anybody would like to share their key takeaways? Okay, before we move on with the key takeaways, let's call one person who can share every lesson once again, and then we will move on. So, Arvind sir, have you written everything?
Yeah, Gargi, I've written.
Okay. So, let's give a power whoosh to him. Just do like this. 1, 2, 3, whoosh. Yes.
Thank you. Okay. The first lesson is you need to define and explain who you are to yourself. Then next thing is you don't need to. Second one is you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Third one is anything is possible if you set your mind to it. Don't overthink. Fourth is if your why is not strong, then your goal is not strong. You need to have reasons to make your why strong. You need to have 5 reasons as to why you do what you do. Then number 5, the best coach is the one who is able to keep their community together. Number 6, even if I am all by myself, I know I can conquer the world. Number 7 is whenever we don't get something at a particular time, it is because that the divine wants either this or something better for you. When you are ready for it, So for that, you need to ensure 3 C's: consistency, commitment, and courage to keep doing what you want to do. Number 8, if you want something with true intention, it will happen. Number 9, show up as if 100 million people are waiting to see you. Show up as if 100 million people are waiting to see you. Number 10, don't quit, but you should know when to quit. Number 11, you are your own limitation. Number 12, things that scare you is your sign to walk on it. Number 13, if your present doesn't make an impact, your difference will not make an impact. That is, you need to define your presence. You need to, design your presence. Taking rest is important. Give yourself space to think out of the box. Number 15, your pain is your pathway to that promise you have come into this world to fulfill. Number 16, failure is a part of your journey. And number 17 is, don't take everything seriously. Have fun.
Amazing. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Thank you for sharing it. And I will share this recording also. Most probably, I want it to upload on YouTube. So I will upload it and let all of you know. Before we take it off, first thing, thank you so much for being here on my birthday. Last year also I did this. This year I'm also doing it, and every birthday I will be doing this because I love sharing my lessons, whatever amount I turn. And the next thing I want to share, I cannot leave you without dance party, and I cannot leave you without, asking about your feedback also. So if anybody would like to share about their feedback or you want to share anything, you can just raise your Zoom virtual hand, and we will do it. Okay, yes, Yalini ma'am.
Hi, Gargi. First of all, thank you so much for coming up with this idea, because even like I'm older to you, but never ever this thought occurred to me that what all I learned last year. But this is actually, and surprisingly, your birthday comes near to New Year. So even this is like a life lesson which we can take throughout the year, or even like you inspire me a lot. That is like one thing. But today I think I did the best decision to join this, that too in the morning, because it truly changed the entire mood and set the momentum for the whole day. It's like inspiring. And also seeing Arvind sir, Giri sir, Vijaya ma'am, Kritika, and one more ma'am, I forgot her name. I don't know. She was there. I think she went. So Nishu, like Vikas sir, all of these, like they are like so much inspiring, and the way they shared everything, the enthusiasm, all of these are like actually motivating me. So thank you so much for that. And one small request, I actually don't have any morning routine with me. So I mean, I wish to follow that, but I'm always confused. So it would be great that if you or someone, like as you said, Vikas sir, or anybody who is following, they can not here but in group, they can share what all they do on a daily basis, so that we also can get inspired. And thank you so much. May you have a blessed day, and thank you for inspiring so many of us.
Thank you so much. Means a lot, and thank you for showing up today. And the one more thing, I'll share mine in the group, but I would request Vikas sir to share because his 4 hours of power we want to learn. Yes, amazing. Yes, Vikas sir, you are on mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes.
So it has been my ritual that I follow religiously, that I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, maybe plus and minus half hour, depending on when I go to sleep. But by 4 or 4:30, I wake up in the morning. Then I have certain set of rituals in the morning for the first 1 hour. In the first hour, or let it be the first thought, is the gratitude to the God for giving me this life, precious life. Likewise, I pay gratitude to my body, to my family, to my surrounding, to my people at the workplace, and to the workplace also, to the community which I am part of, and the people who are part of my community, and also to the whole world at large. So a sense of overall well-being comes in when I pay gratitude to everyone. So this is the way that I raise my vibration, my energy, my frequency. This is one thing. And then after, I have this 1 hour morning ritual from 5:30 to 6:30, in which members of my community also join in, and we do collective meditation together. And the meditation lasts for around 15 to 20 minutes. Thereafter, we utter affirmations together as a community, collectively, with our hand over our heart, and with a deeper sense of feeling. We utter those very powerful, positive, elevated sentences. So this raises our energy further. Then I write journaling prompts, which are based on reflecting on my life. Like Gargi shared her 17 lessons over the year 2023. I think we all need to write our learnings. For most of all, our life is not a set of experience. I would call it frankly. It's just an accumulation of years. We live one day of the life repeatedly over the whole span of our life, and we call it life. This is not life. This is just simple existence, having no meaning at all. So reflection is something that I deeply adhere to, and I would propagate it to everyone, whosoever I meet. Because even you want to achieve your goal, unless you do not know where you stand, where you have been, who you are, who you had been, who you want to, what you want to have. These are all very deep reflective questions that we should repeatedly ask ourselves and churn it over regularly. This I regularly do. So I keep these journaling prompts, and I do not tell them to write it in a rush. Give yourself 15, 20, even half an hour to reflect deeply on those points. So this gives a sense of meaning. So once all this morning ritual of sitting together collectively is done, then I go for a walk. And my all walks invariably comprises of going to some walking in the nature. And when I walk in the nature, I find myself in harmony with the universe. And it opens the portals of various ideas, various thoughts. And you won't believe, I have been able to write more than 2,000 quotes based on only while during our morning walk, my morning walk. And most of my video that I shoot is during my morning walking hours. Because this is when the idea pops up in my head, and I do not delay. This is one thing that I would like to add. Whenever you have some idea, even if it is for just 1 minute or 2 minutes, put it into action, journal it, because you will find that if you do not take cognizance of your idea that pops up in your head and journal it, write it down, then the idea will evaporate very soon. फिर आप सुबह अगले दिन पूछोगे, अरे बहुत अच्छा आइडिया आया था, क्या आइडिया था, याद नहीं क्या आइडिया था. So this is the practice that I follow, and because of which most of my contents get created. Just even one word, one small sentence, if you can write whenever idea pops up in your head, then you can elaborate it further, right? So this is one very powerful ritual. See, if we do not spend time off with ourselves, then we cannot know who we are. आप किसी से जब तक मिलोगे नहीं, तब तक उसके बारे में जानोगे कैसे? हम अपने आप से ही नहीं मिलते हैं. Suppose if I say you to spend 5 minutes alone, then you will start searching for mobile and searching for the messages. You are not spending time with yourself even though you are alone. So what I mean by being with yourself means being totally with yourself, deeply inside, feeling your feelings, watching your thoughts. So unless you reflect within, you cannot know who you truly are and what you truly want. So these are some of the powerful routines that I follow. And I would like to please allow me for just one more second. I know I'm extending further. I do the auditing in the night. Means the Gargi has set up a very powerful routine in the morning in the group, what I observed. Setting an intention. This is a very powerful ritual. Setting an intention allows and activates your neurological and biochemical process. And your whole being gets aligned towards your goal. That's how powerful this intention setting is. Now, as you are prepared to go for sleep, just do the auditing. How was my day? Was I able to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish? So reflect on your whole day. And suppose if you have bitter feelings with someone while interacting with them, then revisit those scenes again and visualize yourself as being different you, how you would have liked to responded in that situation. Now, once you visualize and feel the experience of behaving in the way that you wanted to behave, then your body will collect it as memory. Now, whenever similar situations pops up, then your body has a memory. Now it will get activated accordingly. So these are some of the powerful routines, even though most of us know it, but only 4 to 5% of us actually implement it. And I highly recommend it, since Gargi has told me to share. So from my side, it is a non-negotiable ritual that we all must follow. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's give a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Vikas sir, for sharing it.
And on the same note, I would congratulate Gargi. Have a very awesome birthday. And the way you are impacting, inspiring people at such a young age, when people of your age would have been celebrating, going to the party and all, you are making your presence count. This is the best utilization of the birthday that one can ever have. Heartiest congratulations.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. Like, even if I party with everyone, my main party first happens with all of you. So that's why in the morning I kept this session. And after
Yes.
that, like with my family, I will celebrate.
Yes. That should be a part of it. But the main party is in this one.
Yes. Agree.
Right.
Awesome. So, yes, Giri sir.
Yeah, finally, one simple poem for you. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, you are not a little star. Now you are a superstar. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Means a lot. Let's give a huge round of applause. Awesome. Yes, Radhi.
Happiest birthday, Gargi, once again. And I would like to thank you from my heart. Like, there is no one from Ryan with whom I am in touch since last time. It's been 4 or 5 years, and still I have contact with you. That's a very great thing for me कि अभी तक भी मेरे साथ कोई जुड़ा हुआ है और अब मेरे सारे messages, सारे जो भी मैंने stupid questions पूछे सबका आंसर करते हो. Thank you so much for that. Means a lot to me. मेरे लिए छोटी छोटी चीजें भी बहुत अच्छी हैं क्योंकि last time you also know what happened with me in 6th 7th class. So thank you so much. उससे cope up करने में जो तुम्हारा intention setting है and those all habit trackers are pasted around me and I used to check it all. It helped me a lot to cope up with the situation I was. Thank you so much. And once again, happy birthday. 17 finally.
Yes. Thank you so much. And while you were speaking, I don't know whether any one of you noticed or not, it was an angel number 1111. So, shall we have a picture?
Yes.
Okay,
Happiest
so you.
birthday, Gargi.
Thank you, Upma ma'am.
If you allow me, can I sing a song
Yes,
for
yes,
you?
please. Sure.
So, I don't know, many people might have heard, or maybe you might have also heard, there is a song of Art of Living on the birthday. So, which is a very, very nice song. I always love that. So, something very soulful. So, I would, dedicate that as well to you. सागर में एक लहर उठी तेरे नाम की, सागर में एक लहर उठी तेरे नाम की, तुझे मुबारक खुशियाँ आत्म ज्ञान की, तुझे मुबारक खुशियाँ आत्म ज्ञान की, तुझको है आनंद में जाके मिल जाना, तुझको है आनंद में जाके मिल जाना, तू है सुंदर धुन इस संसार की, सागर में एक लहर उठी तेरे नाम की, तुझे मुबारक खुशियाँ आत्म ज्ञान की. Very happy birthday.
Thank you for singing this song. You have a beautiful voice. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Amazing. Riddhi, you want to say something?
Yeah, one last time. And so I apologize for being late क्योंकि मेरे यहाँ टेम्पल में सोसाइटी के रामायण है, तो इस वजह से it was a very powerful session.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you everyone for, joining me today in this birthday bash. I hope it was like a bulb one for all of you. So you all can switch on your cameras and we will have a picture. Yes. Just giving you 1 to 2 minutes. Great to see all of you. You all can do the emoticons, love emoticons. Yes. Done. I will share it in the group. Thank you for joining. Means a lot.
Have a wonderful day.
It feels like our birthday.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Take care.